Hello, welcome back to Retro Break, and welcome to yet another Retro Game Pickups episode. In this week's episode, I'm going to GameSmart in Birmingham, a fantastic little game shop, and I was very surprised to find out that the guy at the shop on the day had actually seen my room tour video the day before, and they were very excited to see me and actually took a photo of me standing outside the shop when I left, so I had a brilliant time there. Thank you so much for making me feel very welcome and for helping me pick out a few games. But before we take a look at the games that I picked up, let's first have a look around the shop. Enjoy! So let's see what I got while I was there. So the first one here, this was from the Game Boy Advance cabinet. This one is called Dark Arena. And the reason I picked this one up, like I said about Need for Speed Carbon in the last episode, I got this one because it's quite uncommon that you actually find a Game Boy Advance game that does full 3D graphics. It's not a great game, it's basically a take on the Doom style first-person shooter, but it's definitely a very interesting game. And it's one that I remember reading about quite a lot back in the day, so I'm very happy to finally have my own copy of it. Now the next one here, I've been playing this one quite a lot. This is the new Tetris. One of many Tetris games released around this time. This actually seems like one of the better Tetris games, and it plays a lot more like a modern Tetris game than you'd actually expect from a Tetris game from the 90s. It has the hold mechanic that you've come to expect from modern day Tetris games, where when the block's falling down you can swap it for a different one and it goes into the stack on the side. It has hard drop as well as having a shadow in the playfield, so in many ways this feels like a really solid version of Tetris. And it's got a few really cool single player and multiplayer modes as well. So really can't go wrong with this one. I'm very happy to have it for my N64 collection. Now the next one here, this is a game that I don't see very often and I don't think a lot of people know about. This is High Octane by Bullfrog. Bullfrog, of course, being the same people who made Theme Park and a lot of other sim-style games back in the day on the PC. This was actually one of the first games they made after they moved over to EA, as far as I know, and it basically plays like a Wipeout-style game, so it's very interesting. But even more interesting than that, in this leaflet that I've got here that came inside the box, it shows off some of the other EA games that are coming out on the Sega Saturn. So we've got things like FIFA Soccer, Road Rash, of course, Space Hulk, Theme Park, Magic Carpet. Magic Carpet's actually a game that I want to get. I was looking for that one, but I couldn't see it. Dungeon Keeper, but there was one game in particular that caught my eye, and I looked it up, and it turns out that it never actually got released on the Saturn, and that is Viewpoint. Of course, Viewpoint is very well known in the Neo Geo community as a really good game to get for the MVS, but unfortunately this Saturn version that they're advertising here never actually came out, so I was really surprised to see that and actually to find out that they were advertising a game that never officially got released on the system. So it'd be really interesting to see if there's any code out there, any prototype versions of the game. But yeah, that's High Octane. Very excited to get that one. And two more games. As I was saying in my last episode, I'm trying to get all of the Need for Speed games. So I picked up another two. They are Need for Speed Undercover and Need for Speed The Run. Neither of them are super exciting, but it's definitely good to get them, and I'm very much looking forward to Need for Speed not Hot Pursuit, I can't remember what it's called. Need for Speed Hot something. Hot Stakes? High Stakes? Don't know, the one that's coming out in November. I'll find a name for it and put it down here and put the box art over there. So that's these two games. I'll put a little bit of video for Need for Speed The Run on the screen now. Looks like a racing game. And then here's some video for Need for Speed Undercover. Again, they all look the same to me. But I do really enjoy the series. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed having a quick look at GameSmart in Birmingham. Fantastic little game shop, as I said. Definitely go and check it out if you're ever in the area. As always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what was your favourite game that I picked up. Let me know if you've ever been to the shop before. And let me know if there's any games that I should be looking for in the future. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another episode. Goodbye.